I'm Dr. Catherine Desplunk. I was raised in South Keys and I have a PhD from Duke University. I'm a Banting postdoctoral fellow at Carleton University. Ottawans have expanded our Overton window and we're waiting for our democratically elected political representatives to catch up. We're educating ourselves and considering alternatives to assuring the wellness of our over-policed communities. These alternatives don't include additional training for the police nor additional militarization and tech gadgets. Studies of this in practice show that this doesn't succeed. Ottawans have flagged to the Ottawa Police Services Board and our mayor that we want alternatives to policing investigated. We want to see our political leaders address the tremendous mission creep of our police services into community wellness, mental health, and socioeconomic and housing precarity. This mission creep is budgetarily approved by this board, while other forms of community wellness are cut or underfunded. Financially comfortable and non-marginalized Ottawans may find policing to be a source of comfort, but over-policing in fact harms Ottawa's marginalized and vulnerable communities. BIPOC, the homeless, the socioeconomically disadvantaged, victims of housing and employment precarity, people with mental illness, and women. These are your constituents, not second-class citizens. I'm here today to request that you respond to the needs and desires of your community. The Ottawa Police Services Board, which has in their power the ability to decline the police budget proposed to them, must meaningfully and ethically investigate alternatives to policing to inform their future decisions. This research must be, 1, made publicly available upon the production of a report. 2, must include an action plan and a timeline for adherence to it, including progress reports. 3, bear no conflicts of interest. The research must not be conducted by anyone in the employ of the Ottawa Police nor the Ottawa Police Services Board of the City of Ottawa. It must be an independently conducted commissioned report, unlike the Outreach Liaison Team report from August 2016. 4, research must center upon the long neglected voices of our over-policed communities, and thus emphasize qualitative and quantitative community-based reporting without fear of retaliation from over-policed communities explicitly. To build trust, you should recruit the participation of community leaders at all levels of this research, religious and nonprofit leaders, as well as grassroots activist organizers. And 5, conduct a state of the field on alternative policing methodologies espoused by other municipalities in Canada and globally. In the spirit of McKenney's excellent motion regarding changes to policing and budget process in Ottawa, Ottawa has a lot of catch up to do to stay abreast of other much more responsive municipalities. The Ottawa Police Service Board's November 2019 report on traffic stop race-based data collection names the Ottawa Police Service's struggle to develop, quote, the trust and confidence of the communities it serves. I'm perplexed at your confusion. Policing definitionally is punitive and not preventative. You can play basketball with as many Black kids as you want, which is essentially all your Outreach Liaison report from 2016 recommended. Their parents are still going to warn them that they might die if they wear a hoodie in a nice neighborhood. Alternatives exist, and it's the responsibility of this board to curtail the mission creep of policing. Psychologists, social workers, healthcare providers continue to pay off student debts incurred so that they can work with homeless populations, people with mental health disorders, and assault and abuse victims. Why attempt to strap this training onto policing when you can remove the police as first responders in these cases and create room to deploy alternatives such as mobile crisis intervention teams upon a 911 call, as was just recommended to you? Such centrally deployed alternatives would see Abdirahman Abdi still alive today. I'll speak personally for a moment about my experiences. I'm an abuse and assault survivor and know other assault survivors. Indeed, there are many of us, all undocumented. I've never met a survivor who considered reporting our experiences to the Ottawa Police Services. I cannot emphasize to you enough the trauma and danger of experiencing or fearing discrimination from a person who is heavily armed and whom the COPS bill protects in truly astonishing ways from facing repercussions for violence. If the Ottawa Police Services Board and its elected officials are to fulfill their duties, they must spearhead an ethical investigation into alternatives to policing and crisis intervention in Ottawa and act upon it. The Addressing Anti-Black Racism in Ottawa Forum from August 2016 flagged this need to you long ago. Responsibility falls on the Ottawa Police Services Board to conduct this investigation, not on your diversity and outreach initiatives housed under City of Ottawa Engage. It does not fall on Ralston King's anti-racism initiative, nor on your community safety and well-being plan, which for the record is entirely led by white people. It falls on you. Thank you.